All right, hi, Jimmy Rickel. We're from News Team 3, and we're down here at the plaza in Ukiah, and who are we talking to?
Hi, I'm Gracie Kirsch. I'm a Ukiah High School senior. I just turned 18.
All right, Gracie.
And I'm Karamia Putman. I'm also a high school senior. Not quite 18 yet, but doing all I can to...
All right, so what are we doing here today, folks?
We organized a March for Our Lives. We are marching for sensible gun control, to make our campuses safe, to save lives.
Right. What do you mean by safer gun control? You got any specifics, what you explored or talked about?
Yeah, we've talked about increasing the regulations regarding background checks and making them a little bit more rigorous, increasing firearm age to age 21, as many other large companies like Dick's Sporting Goods have. Talked about banning assault rifles nationally and increased gun control in general, as well as more mental health resources.
Right. Well, I realize I went and interviewed a lady up at the gun club, and she talked about the hunter safety course that they put youngsters through for hunting and rifles and so forth. They didn't, none of them really talked about having any handguns, but usually they're under supervision of their parents and so forth. And then I went and talked to the lieutenant up at the sheriff's department that talks about, interviews everybody that has a concealed weapons. And they do a pretty good background check and interview, and if you got any red flags, they don't authorize that. And then I just read something the other day, anybody who has a medical marijuana card can't even buy a gun today. So, you know, there are some things they're trying to deal with, but still there's so many issues. How do you tackle them all?
Exactly. I mean, California is one of the states with the most gun control, right? And so, of course, we are taking steps here. But additionally, there are issues nationally with gun control, and I'm sure in other states, background checks aren't as rigorous.
Well, I heard that, and I heard it's easier to, like a 3-day waiting period versus California has a 10-day.
Right, and there's no limit on clip sizes or round sizes for clips.
Right, California's in the forefront trying to address some of those issues. So your turnout today wasn't as maybe big as you thought, but what sort of activities been going on?
I'd say it was pretty, we didn't really expect many people to come, and so this is really exciting.
At the beginning we had a pretty large crowd, I'd say, at least for our speeches at the beginning when we had government representatives, and we had students came and did speeches, we had poets. Down here we have voting registration, we're selling t-shirts to go back to our funds, we're doing postcards out to congressmen, we're having poster making areas for people, so there's a lot going on.
The mental health issue seems to be the most rampant thing these last 3 or 4 shootings, whether it be bullying or whatever. It seems like the white boys are kind of going crazy here. My dialogue with others is it still deals with parental control, teaching, whatever. I mean, when we have situations where an officer leaves his gun out and the kids shoot the kid, the name controller, that's just crazy. So how did the other students feel about the non-action of national leaders? That's what they're talking about there in Washington today, both Democrat and Republican. They just don't seem to want to get on the stick. So you're hoping your efforts are going to move somewhere in this general direction?
Yeah, definitely. And it's just so exciting to see all of these youths here wanting to see change. And I think that if everyone continues, keeps this up, keeps up the effort and the rallying and the protesting, I think we'll actually do something.
Well, I think you're right. Things have a tendency to get quiet, and then that's when crap happens.
Yeah.
So you got to keep the noise up and running all the time. Dialogues have to be developed, and All right. Hey, thank you very much for this interview, and good luck on your challenges.
Thank you.